It was another deadly night in Kyiv. At least one was killed, 12 others wounded in Russian attack in the Ukrainian capital.
In fact, explosions were heard in the city, that is moments after the country's air force warned of incoming ballistic missiles. Kyiv's military administration said that the barrage damaged residential buildings and several warehouses as well. In fact, just a few hours earlier, Russian strikes hit the eastern city of Kramatorsk that triggered a massive fire in 14-story residential building and injured at least 24 people.
Amid the latest wave of strikes, as we just saw, the latest wave of strikes and the devastation that came after. Now, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has shared a video on social media that he says shows a Russian drone deliberately targeting a civilian. The footage appears to show a street vendor trying to escape as the drone pursues him. As you can see, he darts around a white van in an attempt to take cover, but the UAV continues to track his movements. And moments later, the drone swoops down and detonates on impact in what Zelensky has described as an instance of Russian safari attacks against civilians.
Parallelly, Kyiv has also stepped up its long-range strikes inside Russia, targeting critical infrastructure, including oil and gas facilities, as well as logistics network. 5 people were killed and 10 others wounded in the Moscow region on Tuesday in strikes that triggered massive devastation, and this as depots were targeted of the Russia's e-commerce giant Wildberries.
US-led talks to end the war have been effectively frozen since February. Remember when the US and Israel launched joint strikes on Iran, and which eventually led to a widespread West Asia war. And US Secretary of State Marco Rubio recently hinted that Washington would seek to restart negotiations in the coming weeks.
On Tuesday, Russia kept a condition for talks for Ukraine. Speaking to Russian news agency TASS, Deputy Foreign Minister Mikhail Galuzin said that Moscow is open to negotiations on Ukraine if Western countries show a constructive approach. He also alleged that Ukraine withdrew from and blocked previous talks.